Sebco's dream of bringing the Olympics to London now looks doomed. His London 2000 group were the first to throw their hat in the ring. They felt a bid backed by existing sporting venues like Wembley would prove irresistible to the International Olympic Committee. Then the London Council for Sport and Recreation played their hand. Backed by the London boroughs, their idea is to leave a legacy of new sporting facilities in the capital for future generations. With a £500 million profit on offer, the city benefits are huge. Meanwhile, Manchester, whose attempt to win the 1996 Games was defeated in September, are fighting on, and they now look unstoppable. London will be eliminated if they haven't got one voice by Friday. Rick Parry, you must be laughing your heads off in Manchester as you watch London apparently lurch from crisis to crisis.
We're not laughing. I don't think what's happening reflects well on British sport around the world. I don't think it does the nation's credibility any good. It's rather sad, and from our perspective, I think we'd far rather have a clean and fair fight. We'd rather win fair and square, and we have no desire at all to go through on a technicality.
Last night, Sebco's group were long-faced as they announced the latest breakdown of talks. They say there are no plans for further meetings before Friday's deadline, and deny suggestions that the real differences are party political. Sebco being a prospective Conservative MP, whilst the London boroughs are predominantly Labour.
These differences are not about personalities. I mean, we actually, there have been some questions on both sides about people, but the issues are not about that. I think if they'd just been about people, we would have solved them. What no one was in doubt about was, for example, that Seb was the right person to lead this bid internationally. That was accepted on both sides.
The London Council for Sport and Recreation tonight insists there's a lot of common ground between the groups, and they remain optimistic.
Yes, there is still time to get together. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to meet, because I think we're clear now about what the issues are that divide us. But we can still do it, and I believe we will.
Dick Palmer, the Secretary of the British Olympic Association, reaffirmed that Friday's deadline won't be extended, so if both London bids remain on the table, the capital is out.
The British Olympic Association now must be considering whether Britain will make a bid at all. Manchester only got 5 votes last time. Two of those were from Great Britain, so in fact they really only got 3 overseas votes. And now with the 2 London groups squabbling like they are, I think the BOA may well consider that they shouldn't put in a bid for the year 2000 and hope that everyone can get their act together for 2004.
So the debate goes on, but does the public care?
I can't say I'm too bothered about it.
They would definitely bring a lot of money to the city, and the increased sports facilities would be very good for the city as well.
The property prices would increase. I think at Barcelona this year they've seen a horrendous increase in property prices before the next Olympics, so also congestion probably get worse if the transport infrastructure isn't improved.
Doesn't make London any worse.